Hello, students. Lecture 52. In this video lecture, we will start Eco Chapter 2, that is Sectors of Indian Economy. Meaning of sectors of Indian economy is the sectors, the areas from where people earn money or the country gets money. They are the economic sectors. So, on the basis of activities, the economic sectors are divided into three categories, and they are primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Primary sector is the agriculture or related activities. In this, mining, quarrying, cultivation, forestry, fishing, and all related activities come under primary sector. So, this is also called the agriculture and related sector. Primary sector is also called agriculture and related sector. Second is the secondary sector. Second economic sector is secondary sector. Secondary sector is that whatever raw material that is obtained from primary sector through agriculture, from forest, or from any other source, that raw material is converted into useful products through manufacturing in industries. So, secondary sector is also known as manufacturing sector. In this sector, all raw material is converted into useful products. Then it comes the third sector, that is the tertiary sector. In tertiary sector, the various activities of transport, because transport is an important factor in primary, secondary, and itself in tertiary sector, and other services like banking, security, transport, railways, police, defense, any other kind of service, even a cobbler, even a milk supplier which comes to our doorstep to supply milk, vegetable vendor. So, all these fall under the service sector or the tertiary sector. So, tertiary sector is also called the service sector. So next comes is that out of these three sectors, after manufacturing, in manufacturing things are manufactured. So how do we count the various goods and services and then know the total production in each sector? That is calculation of various goods and services and to know the total production in each sector. This we can discuss by taking example of a biscuit packet. Biscuit is made from wheat flour. So cost of wheat, cost of grinding wheat, then labor, then intermediary goods like dry fruits, sugar, oil, etc. Then labor, baking charges. Then out of that, one biscuit packet comes in the manufacturer's hand. Then manufacturer count all those, the cost of wheat, the cost of grinding the wheat, not the cost of flour, because already wheat cost is calculated. So counting cost of flour, आटे की कीमत, if it is counted, then it will count double charges because wheat cost is already included. So then it will be grinding cost, गेहूं को पीसने का जो खर्चा है, that will be counted. then transporting it from farm location to the industry location. Then intermediary goods are the things which are added to biscuit, that is dry fruits, sugar, oil, and some other baking material and baking labor. So all these things all together are called the goods and services which are counted in making a product. So finally, a biscuit packet reaches to market and to the consumer, and it is sold for a rupees 5 per packet or rupees 10 per packet. That depends on the quality of biscuit. So this is how goods and services are calculated to know the total value of the produced goods. Next article is historical changes in the three sectors. Historical changes means through histories how these three sectors are changed: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. What changes have taken place? So first we'll discuss the changes in the primary sector. Primary sector is agriculture and related sector. So methods of agriculture are changed. If we have a look on 50 years back cultivation methods and today, we find that the total change is there. 50 years back agriculture was about 90% agriculture was manually with the plow cattle and plowed manually. Only 10% was mechanical, but today it has totally changed. Today 90% of the agriculture is with the machines. Only 10%, hardly 10% agriculture is left which is done manually. Modern seeds, HYV seeds, high quality fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, irrigation system, sprinklers, sprayers, tube wells, etc. have developed in the recent years, and that has changed the production method, the output, and ease of the farmers. So these are the changes in the primary sector. Now changes in secondary sector. Secondary sector is the manufacturing sector or the industrial sector. In secondary sector, more than 100 years, the manufacturing methods are improved in past 100 years. So if we go back to 1950s when industrial revolution began in India, so we find that machinery, production methods were old, machines were inefficient, power supply was a big problem. But today, machines are efficient, quite efficient. Technology is improved. Today, all industries are techno based. Power supply problem is reduced to almost, and the industries companies have become multinational company. The competition in the open market of goods at national and international level has made all these changes. So this is how the industrial sector or the secondary sector is also changed to the largest in total production and employment. So these are the changes that have taken place in secondary sector. Now come to the tertiary sector. Since tertiary sector is providing services to primary, secondary, and itself to the people who are working in tertiary sector. So in primary, farmers need all kind of transportation from bringing seeds from the market to the farm areas, and then from farm areas to the final markets, that is the produce is taken. So transport plays a very important role in this. Not only transport, good roads, Good roads also needed for healthy transportation of farm produce. Nowadays, the horticulture crops, that is fruits and vegetables. So now farmers are not requiring a seasonal transport. Now farmers require daily basis transport because vegetables and farming methods are also changed. So every time there is any different type of crops are readily available in the farms to be taken to the final markets. So transport has become very important part in this. Other than transport, banking for loans, crop insurance, and other facilities, then weather bulletin, television channels. So, all these are the part of services which are provided by the service sector. Then, similarly, in the secondary sector, industries, that is managing raw material from the source of raw material to the industry location, then final made goods from industry location to the farm location, correction, to the final market location. So this is transport is also very important in secondary sector. Other than transport, banking, security, and other amenities, that is where industries are developing, so workers start residing over there in those areas, so their children need education, play, cinemas, etc. are developing day by day. So this is all about the service sector or the tertiary sector. And then tertiary sector itself, many people those who are working in police, they need transportation. People who are working in bank, schools, hospitals, all these are the examples of service activities. So they need transportation, whether it is personal transport or a public transport. For that, good connectivity by roads, etc. So all these things come under tertiary sector, and which are changed because demand is increasing day by day. And not only demand, for efficient services, and that is world class services people are requiring nowadays. That's all for today's video. So keep on watching. Thank you very much.